was meditating. I was doing a meditation, and God gave me a specific insight that I feel called to share. Now, not all my insights I'm allowed to share, but this one I can. So, essentially, what the insight was surrounding optimism. It was surrounding positivity, and it was surrounding mindset. So, in the meditation, I'll go over it with you. In the meditation, God was kind of alerting me to the power of mood, and the power of like maintaining a certain mood that is stable and high frequency. And he was kind of giving me well, I was seeing the like quantum field. I'll get into it now. So here we go. Get ready, buckle your seatbelts, babe. It's about to be lit. Okay. He was showing me kind of like the way the quantum arranges itself. I was seeing it in the form of like geometric patterns and stuff. And I was seeing how when we think certain thoughts, we travel, we don't even know that we're traveling because we're sedentary, right? Everything looks the same, but we are traveling. And we travel within the mind. And so these thoughts actually take formation, they take shape in various physical deposits around us. They take shape in words, they take shape in experiences, in picture format, in things that we see in physical reality online as well. And our mind is very much so something that we can really use to get ahead. Actually, everything is mental, and I've talked about this before, but the reason why this was coming to my attention specifically is because in my life I have made a lot of mistakes, and I have learned from my mistakes. Some mistakes I have made have included wallowing in sadness too much, wallowing in depression too much, being very doubtful of myself and my abilities and my talents and my skills, letting the negative energy of the world get to me, letting other people's negative energy become mine, wanting to heal and help and give without boundaries. So I've made a lot of such mistakes, like in regards to my own energy. So in this meditation, God was showing me how, depending on where I personally direct my energy, I can end up living a very, very beautiful life. Now, my life is already beautiful, but there are certain things that we want more of, like, for example, my biggest thing is like community. Like, I really enjoy like minds. I really enjoy discourse that comes from a good place, a spiritual place, a place of growth, and a place of optimism and creation. That is my like number one most important thing, I think, in the world. For some people, their aspirations may be a little different. This is my pretty much only aspiration, is discourse and actually enacting my purpose here, which is multi-layered, right? And I don't often discuss my own purpose with anybody because it's very personal, and I have never actually shared it. You may think I've discussed it, I never have. It's very grand, it's very large. So my number one most prayed for thing, basically, I'll share this with you, is discourse, is like-minded friends, like-minded community. A lot of people, they want like certain things in their life. They want a house or a spouse, or whatever they want, money maybe. And that's not my wish. My primary only wish is like-minded, loyal, lifelong friends, because I didn't have that much. Later in my life, when I started healing and when I started building and working on myself, everybody left and I kicked most of them out, actually. But that's a different story. We're not gonna go there. But no, I really had to isolate myself and separate myself from who I was. And unfortunately, or fortunately, that meant distancing and separating myself from all the people that came with that old identity, or identities. So this wish of mine is such that I, really want to be aligned with people that that share my like sentiments for life. It's more than just believing in the esoteric or working on yourself or self-development, personal development. Like, the videos I put out are great. My readings are great. They're hopefully helpful in some way. Hopefully they are not just here for your entertainment, but they're here to help you evolve and understand yourself, right? That's the goal. But you know, my main desire and my main wish is community. All right, great. So this is something that I pray for all the time. Now, in this specific meditation, God was showing me how when we align with our true path, our true destiny, and when we actually just dissolve all barriers that keep us from going there, then the community does come. And so God was asking me, have you done that? And I said, yeah. And he was like, are you sure? And I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, and God was like, all right, then where's your community? I don't necessarily have like as many people around me doing the same things as I would like. You know, I am an entrepreneur and I would like more entrepreneurial friends around me. And so God told me that, Seema, once you start actually dissolving the barriers that keep you in your comfort zone, you will start to see results. You will start to see people in the physical around you. And I thought about that and I realized that, you know, perspective really is everything, and the mindsets that we carry really is everything, because I was keeping myself in my comfort zone without even realizing it. You know, like I have certain fears, of course, that like I don't talk about, right? But I work quite hard, and I understand still that there's a lot more work to do, you know. There's a lot more work I need to do on myself. There's a lot more work I need to do in my businesses. There's a lot more work I need to do for people. Like, it never ends. And truly, when you're an entrepreneur or when you have a purpose, you never retire. It's like, I'm retired already, but at the same time, I'm going to be working for the rest of my life, you know, on what I aspire to see for the world and for people. So, and you know, how I want to give. So that was the meditation. And so essentially I was shown how, this is where it gets kind of interesting and crazy, okay? I was shown how in my life, depending on my viewpoint or my perspective or my mental atmosphere, certain things kind of crystallize themselves in the third dimension. Like, for example, just personal examples, right? Like, for example, when I was in college, I somehow needed like close like friends and support. And so God gave that to me because it was something that I didn't necessarily hold on to or want really badly, but it was something that I needed, and my energy just naturally attracted like certain people to me, who I will always love, by the way, if there was any question about that. Like, I, you know, even though people grow apart, I will never stop loving anybody that I've met in my life, right? So that's just like how I am and how I feel, and I'm okay with saying that. But yeah, so I was thinking about that, and I was thinking how like I didn't necessarily want, you know, a relationship, but God gave me one. I didn't necessarily want certain things, but God just like gave it to me because my energy was open, right? I didn't necessarily want to start a business or think that I would start a business or 5, you know what I mean? But somehow it happened because where I went was where I was led. I essentially allowed myself to be led. So when we do the work energetically on ourselves, things manifest in the third dimension. And God was instructing me specifically within this meditation to take control of my mood and my energy, because I don't know if I've ever talked about this, it's very personal, but I have a very strong energy. Like, my emotions are so strong. It's actually like, it's destructive when it's not creative, you know what I mean? Like, I have to really channel all of my emotions. Well, this is why music is like so close to me, because it, you know, I can find home there. So yes, so I, growing up, didn't know that like I was like this. I didn't know that other people didn't think the way that I thought or felt, right? Like, I'm very sensitive, very sensitive. So and very perceptive. So the combination of the two can be very painful to live with. So you know, everybody's different. not everybody can, again, yeah, everyone's different, so not everybody can think a certain way, or understand certain things. They understand other things that I don't understand, right? So everyone's different. So God was showing me in this meditation basically that mood and vibration is literally the most important thing, because it manifests out in the third dimension in such a direct correlative way. There's no gap. The manifestation is direct. There's no third party. And so God was showing me within this meditation how I have attracted all things towards myself via my mood, including things in my life that I have destroyed, things that I have created, things that I have worked on, things that have worked on me and built me, teachers I've attracted into my life, both that hurt me and that didn't, right? Because everybody's our teacher. So God was showing me within this meditation that our vibrational state should be cared for the most, and that peace is the most important thing in life, and we should spend time cultivating peace, because a lot of us don't know what peace is. And there's so much on Instagram and social media in general about having a soft life and creating a soft life for yourself. And I understand that that term essentially means like being a female entrepreneur and like having passive income. That's what the term means. But you can create a soft life for yourself first, and then you can do everything else. You don't have to wait. You don't have to, have a certain amount coming in passively for you to have a soft life. You can have a soft life right here and right now by deciding on peace, meditating, and cultivating peace within yourself. Peace is akin to our soul. It is the natural state of who we are. It's not a foreign concept. Like in our world today, concepts like peace and love, they just like go over people's heads because people are so numb to life. People are so calloused. They're hardened by their experiences. They're so unsoft. They're traumatized. Like, you cannot love when you're traumatized. So, and you don't know peace when you have trauma. So, I really want people to experience peace so they can experience their soul, and so they can experience who they are, and then know God, right? Which actually comes first. So that was the message that was imparted upon me. Basically, it was, Seema, you need to stay close to God, and you need to manage your moods and your emotions, which again, like, yes, if you resonate with me, then you may know what I'm talking about. But personally, I'm very sensitive when the moon, like, I'm connected to the moon phases. It's just, I didn't know any of this stuff until maybe this year. I didn't even believe in it. I was like, yeah, right. Like, I was like, that's bullshit. Like, whatever. And then, when I kind of started studying more how my energy was affected by certain things like the moon's phases, or even things that happen all the time that I allow to trigger me, I realized that I actually have control over how I feel, and I have control over my moods and my emotions, and I can take further control by mitigating the amount of trigger that happens to me. I can mitigate like how I respond to things. I can control my responses and respond instead of react. And this will set you guys up for a life of intentionality. It'll help you create a very intentional life. And I've seen it happen with myself and other women, where like, if you are really, really emotional, you'll just kind of create chaos for yourself. or or like I've done it, like in the past, where you will just allow your moods and emotions to control you. And you cannot amass wealth like that. You cannot amass health like that. You cannot amass peace. You cannot live a soft life. You cannot be an entrepreneur when you're governed by your emotions. You'll burn out. That's what happened with me. You will literally suffer, like, physically, if you are emotionally dysregulated and you are attempting to build a business. Like, you won't be able to, or you'll suffer a lot in the process, and I don't want that for anybody. So the message was, learn how to work with your energy and your emotions. Focus on cultivating a high vibration. If you don't feel well, do things that help you to feel well. Understand that everything is energy, and things will affect you in your life, and you have to choose how much you are going to let it affect you. You can say, okay, this thing was shitty, like it affected me, but I'm gonna let it go. You can choose to let things go, and actually letting go is healing. It's the same thing as healing. When you release things from yourself, from your body, from your mind space, when you open up space within your mind, within your heart, guys, when you open your heart, you can really invite in a life of love and abundance and joy and happiness and friendship with other people and all of that stuff. But if you're traumatized, then you won't be able to let in certain energies. You won't be able to start certain projects or begin certain new phases of your life. You won't be able to open your heart or to trust people, right? Because of past experiences. And so I don't want this to be a case for you guys, because too often it is the case for people wherein we are traumatized by things that have happened to us before, and so we don't even allow for the new to propagate. We don't allow for new things to enter into our lives. We don't allow ourselves to be happy. We keep ourselves in depression. We keep ourselves stuck. It's like we pray and we ask for certain things, and we're like, please God, can I have XYZ, right? And we like really wish for things, and God is saying, yeah, like duh, like like you can, like it's possible, but let it in. Open up. Why are you closing yourself off from it? Like, you're the one, babe, you know what I mean? Like, doing this to yourself. So that was a personal lesson for me, and that was the message that I got within meditation. And it was a very visual experience, because when I meditate, it depends for me how deep I'm immersed into it, but this one was specifically quite regressive, and like it took me through a lot of it took me back within my life throughout a lot of experiences, and I saw a lot of visuals and visualizations of the future as well. And did you guys know that if you want to, you can like peek into your future, and like you can just kind of see, God can open up a little bit of like future events for you, and it comes in blips and feelings. It comes in like scenes. I'll teach you guys how to work on your intuition. Hopefully, like in future videos, I can do that. I want to also teach you guys how to read energy. There's a lot I want to tell you about. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, drop a comment, drop a like, drop some love, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one.